Greetings and welcome to episode 7 of my Minecraft 1.10 Let's Play. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. We worked on the warehouse over there last time and hopefully you'll have seen me filling it up a bit in the intro. It's not quite all moved over and I'm thinking I might keep sort of a small stock of things that would be useful over there, as well as having storage areas in all the other towns, again with a range on them. But today we've got something quite exciting. I found something I've been looking for since I started this world, and actually it was a lot closer to home than I thought it would be. Yes, I have found the skeleton spawner I have been dreaming of finding. And actually it's right down this very first tunnel I made in my mine. You can see I've pushed it back a little bit and made it a bit nicer in here. But along here, it's not that far. Actually I went past it several times because it was tucked around a corner in a cave that I thought I'd explored fully, and it turns out I hadn't. I actually found it when I was lost trying to get back from a cave on another tunnel over there. So the actual entrance to the cave is up that way where that dark patch is, where the crosshair is right now. I've blocked all that up now. It was necessary. So if we come down here and all the way down, you can see I've not even bothered to take things out the walls yet. We have a fully functional skeleton farm. Now, I did try to build this on camera. I thought it might make an interesting time lapse, but unfortunately it really didn't. This is me. How much I got just testing it. It was just a mess. I made so many mistakes. I was up and down the water pool. I nearly died a few times. Just managed to avoid it thanks to my awesome armour. Speaking of which, I'm just waiting for one more mending book. Haven't had that yet. And over here, I've been throwing all the bows because we've got 3.5 double chests of bows up in the fishing room. Here they come, yay! So I've dug out a bit of an area I think I would like to use. I think this wall and this wall will be storage. And then round here, if I've done my working out correctly, if we can have a drop down here and a ladder up here that will lead us into an area in the extreme hills not far from the base, less than 100 blocks in any direction. So the job today is to make this room look a bit prettier. To start with, I'm going to want to widen this hallway out, and of course, what else would we decorate it with but the bone blocks that I have been wanting for the rural town, for the agricultural village that we'll be building actually fairly near the entrance that's over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get an idea of how I want this to look, and then I'll do some clearing out and come back to you. So I've also, in my time here, been cutting down a couple of very large spruce trees I planted out the front, and yeah, it was an experience, let's put it that way. The first one didn't grow I think I left the game running overnight 3 times in a row, and no spruce tree for me. Turns out, yeah, that happens when you put it in a place where it can't actually grow. I don't want that there. Yeah, I had it on a section that unfortunately it had one block up right next to it. I had the 4 saplings here, and there was a step up of these blocks here, and it wasn't having it. So yeah, my mistake. But got it sorted in the end. Finally realised what was wrong and shifted it over, and then I got a couple of spruce trees, and it didn't take long at all to get those to a point where I got a couple of stacks from a couple of trees, which was kind of awesome. I don't want too much wood here because of the lava, but I might have to move that anyway. And then we'll put one here Oh, I'm not sure about that. That looks a bit weird. That's because that one doesn't need to be there. That needs to be here. And then the chests won't open. So this is why I need to do a bit of working out before I come back to you, I think. I'm still a bit in shock that I found this thing at all, especially so close to home. I mean, just look at this. What more could you want? I'm getting so much armour from it as well, and I've got plans for that, so it won't go to waste. Is it nearly full? Yeah, I'm going to have a rethink of this. Maybe the chests can't be there after all. We'll see. I know what I definitely do want is to have the majority of the walls be bone blocks, and I think I might take them back one if I can. I'm really hoping that I don't run into anything I shouldn't. The spawner itself is only 10, 12 blocks, is sort of that-ish direction. They basically come down. It's a traditional drop one. They go up a water elevator, come along a few blocks and come down. And actually pretty much anywhere in this room is a spawnable area. So shouldn't have too much trouble AFKing here. I'm having, unfortunately, to leave it just to sort of keep an eye on it while I'm AFK in a way, because otherwise it just gets so clogged up. It's not even funny. I think I went off and left it while I had dinner yesterday, and I came back and there were over 200 entities. And that was a little bit, shall we say, here we go. I knew that would happen. Let's see, you all fight each other. I'm talking here. Right, let's get that block in before the next one drops down. There we go. Oh, hiding are we? Go on then. In the lava. So, yeah. I'm going to work on this a bit and hope that we don't get any more drops that we don't want. I wouldn't mind just getting the inside of this a little bit prettier. That's gone the wrong way, hasn't it? I keep forgetting these things are like logs. They do have a direction. So, excuse me. And you, busy here. So I just want it to look nice so that you can't really see the stone when you are standing AFK or moving in to pick things up. I think those two are going to have to go as well. They do occasionally die upon dropping. I'm not too sure why. I don't know if they've been fighting in the queue up there or something. This would be a lot easier to do if I switched it to peaceful first. No, I didn't take that one out. There we go. We'll pop that one in there. So it's nice, clean white lines for that. And I think I'm going to use the spruce wood for the floor as well. I think these chests are going to have to move over into this wall here. But this wall needs to come out like this as well. So it's they can't start until here. So the chests will go in rows along there, and we'll have a nice wide pathway. I haven't decided whether to do it 2 or 3 yet, but we shall see. Well, yeah, that was my original path down when I built it in the wrong place. This is one of the many errors I made. I managed to build it 2 blocks away from where I needed it to be to spawn. Somewhere round about here actually, and yeah, it all went horribly wrong. But this will all get blocked up as we're building the room around anyway. So I'll get this cleared out, and we'll think about maybe moving the lava if we need to, because I really would quite like to have the wood come down as well here. So I think that's going to have to go, and I don't have another bucket on me right now. but we shall see. So I'll get this cleared out. I'll get some bits and pieces sorted, and I'll be back in a little while. Okay, so I've got the initial bit of the corridor laid out how I think I want it. I'm not too sure how the stairs are going to work yet, but we'll tackle that when we come to it. I've also put this block over the lava so I don't drop things in it too much. So I am going to need a fair amount of spruce stairs. A lot more than that, I think. And of course we'll be using the bone blocks as well. That'll do for now, and we'll just work on that corridor, although of course these will also be stairs. And I'm thinking, like I say, I'll do the spruce wood for the majority of this, partly because it's the most, the one I've got the most of at the moment, and I'm not sure what to do with the floor yet either. I might go with cobble actually, or do something similar to what's being done down there. I've also widened this out, but if I go any further back we're into the next mine tunnel, so it might just have to stay as it is. So let's just do a little section here, and I'll show you what I have in mind. And that's not the bone block. And it really is, it's not that complex of a design, although I must remember to put them all down in the same direction or it's going to drive me nuts. That one will have to go up, I think. But we can play with that later, because I don't really want that sort of circular pattern showing. We shall see. We might do something different with that block there. Oh, well, no, it won't show after all, will it? No, that's me not paying attention. Yes, it will. Maybe the answer is to push this back one. Let's see how that looks. And I don't really... I was hoping to keep that as 2, but if we can't, we can't. It's not a huge problem. That's probably... no, because then it won't work with the stairs pattern. Okay. Well, in that case, let's do all 3 of them. No, they'll just be hidden. Put some filler back in. I will get myself organised, I promise, at some point. And let's just put those along like this. And then lighting wise, we'll stick with torches for down here. I think they do work quite well in this kind of environment. I might need to go and make some more of those at some point as well. So it's that kind of idea. Might need to pop some lighting in along here as well. I'm not sure about the best way to deal with that, to be honest, but we'll see how we get on with this part of the build first. And as always, there are a couple left that aren't where I want them to be. Let's just pop one down there for now. We can always recess it a bit later on. I am going to need to go and get some more wood at some point. I'm pretty sure this is not going to last nearly as long as I hoped it would. But with a bit of luck, it won't take that long. And then we can get this all in place and have a really nice looking skeleton spawner area. It's partly for XP farm, it's partly for the bones that I'll be needing to build. And the thing is, the arrows won't even come in that handy, considering that I have infinity on my bow. So, but the armour, like I say, I have plans for that. Armour stands are a wonderful thing after all. Okay, so that gives you a general idea of what I'm thinking about for that area. And I quite like this. It's a nice combination of colours. I quite like that this is a creamy white. I think that goes with the wood very well. Let's get some more stairs made. And then, like I said, I'm just not sure what to do with this area at all. Whether to bring this pattern across and then do something else underneath might be a way to go. And we shall just have to wait and see. See how much of this. Let's do half of it and see how we get on. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to go and cut down another couple of giant trees anyway. There's not much point in trying to scrimp on the stuff at this stage. And once again, do a bit of tidying up. So like I say, one option is to come across this way and then do something along there. See how that looks on this side. And maybe just bring the bone blocks up here. Which I quite like that. Let's see what that looks like on the other side as well. Because that really would make life a lot easier if I had something that I was happy with already. How does that look? That looks okay actually. Because it's stepping out one, I think that's actually quite effective. More effective than I thought it might be. And then these will go off the stairs, we might have a bit more luck. Go along here. And then it's just the floor and the ceiling to worry about. The ceiling I think will probably be spruce as well, and like I say, the floor I may well just do in cobble and other rough stones, because it is after all a working mineshaft floor. So stick some torches up for now. We can come back and sort those out with something else later if we need to. Now the next issue is going to be up here, and again I think if the ceiling's going to be spruce, then the stairs may well be the solution we're looking for. So if I do that, and then those will need to be them, and we can take each of these down one more. Obviously we'll sort these sides out once we get to that point. And a couple of torches, and we have a corridor. Let's put those in there. Yeah, I'm quite liking that. Right, I'll get this floor dug out and then basically replace it with cobble. And we can come back and sort of scruff it up a bit later if we choose to. I think the cobble will go quite well with the darker wood as well. So let's just pop that in. If I can hit the right button, there we go. Shouldn't be a long job as long as I stop doing that. And let me just fill that in and fill that in. Take that off, and we might put some gates or something on here just to stop anything that does escape coming up into the base. Right, so I think we'll repeat that pattern along to here and maybe widen this room out a bit more. So I'll come back when that's done and then we'll think about the ceiling. So I've just cut down another spruce tree, and the sky that I'm looking at right now, that looks like England right now. Completely blue skies. It is so hot here. That never happens. I live in the north of England, and usually, summer consists of a couple of okay days when you can take your cardi off. But today it is beautiful, and that is what it looks like, and that's kind of the point of this little insert. I'll be back once I've got one more sapling out of this thing, and back down ready to do the ceiling. Okay, so got that sapling. Got another tree planted because I think I'm going to pretty much be using everything I've got here. I quite like dropping the ceiling down by half a block. It just feels a little bit cosier to me, if that makes any sense. The torches are going to have to drop down to compensate though, but then they're on the middle one here, so it won't look too weird, hopefully. And yeah, pretty quick job this one, so we'll just run through that. As I was saying, it's just unusually hot in England, even for this time of year, and we've had a pretty rubbish spring and summer so far in 2016. Yeah, that looks a bit finished now, doesn't it? We just need to recess these lights a bit. I might do that later, once I've decided exactly where I want them to go. But yeah, I mean, really, really bad spring and summer so far. And then suddenly today, out of nowhere, we're getting one day, just one day of absolute blissful sunshine before the thunderstorms move in and it all goes back to normal. Weird weather. And this is why English people talk about the weather all the time, because it does weird things to our little island nation. It does really, really weird things. We end up with stuff that you wouldn't expect. When I first moved to the north from down south, I was most upset to discover that where I was living, it's kind of halfway up the mountain range that forms the spine of England. We had such weird weather patterns. One year, last week of June, it snowed. It actually snowed to the point where it settled on the ground. I don't like that. I think we'll swap that out for logs. I was mostly upset because it was on my birthday and I didn't want it to snow on my birthday, my first year in a new town. But I got over myself. I grew up. I wouldn't worry about that too much. So yeah, weather chatter's always kind of been a thing, and if you know any English people or you are an English person, you'll be well aware of it yourself. It's something we just talk a lot about. Sorry. Or, well, not really. But anyway, getting off the topic, I've moved the little lava bin over here. I tried putting one in there as well. Hit and miss whether or not something goes in there when this block is complete, but I might see if I can find a more elegant solution to that at some point in the future. So we're going to need some lights over here, and I'm not sure if I want logs down there as well. It might be a bit heavy, then again it might look just about right. But then they'd have to dig them in, which means pushing the wall back. But I'm quite pleased with this. It's a good choice of palette, I think. I really like the way the spruce wood works with this kind of creamy bone block, and I think the spruce logs as well are better than the oak down here. A little bit darker, like they've been in the damp for a while. Because caves tend to be a little bit damp, and I'm certainly not going to be going short of bone blocks anytime soon. I do need to get some... oh, that's where I put my cobble. I do need to get some more chests down here. Pretty sharpish. I think we'll be running out of space very soon. And I would like to have a couple of rows for each. We'll keep pushing this wall back, or we might just stack some more along here. I'll see how much space I need, because I don't want to be keeping every arrow, but I do want to hang on to the armour for now, because with the armour stands I think we can do some fun stuff with that. The next little job is going to be in here, and basically I need to dig all the way up to the surface, which is going to take a while because the surface at this point, being an extreme hills biome, is somewhere in the mid to late 70s on the y-axis, so it could be quite a long dig. And then I will need to make ladders all the way up this side, and I'll put a little water break in here for dropping down, and then we'll have 2 points of access. This one will come in particularly handy when we do the rural thing. So I'll dig all the way up. I'll do as much of it as I can off camera just because we're already running low on time. And then once I'm up at the surface, I'll pop back in just to show you where we're popping out. And I'll most likely end up finishing off that top entrance during the outro time lapse. So I'll see you in a little while. Okay, so here we are in the Skelly Farm. It's looking much tidier. You can see how much bone and bone block I've used in this build already. This was full, half full with stacks, and that's what I've got left, and 16 blocks. Might have gone a little bit overboard, but I wanted the tunnels to look nice, so I've just got a few more ladders to put in place. So we'll come through here. You can see the stop there. We'll come back down that in a minute. And once we get up to the top, which is about 65, 70 levels away on the y-axis, yeah, it's used a lot of bone blocks. I've been through at least 9 stacks, probably more. So just these last few ladders on the way up. Come on, last ladder, thank you. And here we are. And there is the pumpkin patch. This will be the rural agricultural village. Perfect bone blockage for there. That's the block I want to build in most for this area. And if we go this way a little, just have a quick explore along here, we'll get to that hill opposite the market town that was making me say words like castle. Yes, definitely castle, 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 castle. So we're not that far from home. There it is over there, look. So what we'll do now is we'll just jump down and show you what it looks like on the way down. And then I think we're going to have to call it a day because time is pressing on. I don't want the episode to drag on forever. And I've also, with it being such a lovely day, got things in mind. So I've started on this here. I suspect what I'll do here is something very similar to the entrance we have over there. They are, after all, connected. So you'll come in, at some point I'll put a sign in and you can go up and down the ladder. But just for speed, we're going to go down here and you'll see there's lights every 6 blocks. Splosh! And here we are back again. I'm really, really pleased with the day's work. It's turned out better than I thought it would. It could probably still do with a few details. I'll definitely need to put some more chests in and do a lot of AFKing. Now I've seen how many bone blocks you can burn through. But as you can see, all the way up, on both sides, entirely lined with bone. There's going to be no question whatsoever what's going on in here. So I'm going to gather some stuff together and get myself ready to just finish off that entrance place. All there is left to say is thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.